Alright, we are live. Got a little bit of time before the live stream starts, so we're just gonna hang out on this outpost for a bit. I kinda wanna check out over here. This is where, I forget how to pronounce her name, but it's like Tia Demal or Tella Demal or something. This is where the Tall Tale's gonna start, which is what we're gonna be learning about more today in the Xbox live stream. For some reason, Sea of Thieves isn't having it on their own channel. It's just through the Xbox one. Hey, what's up, JX Clay? I'm very bad pronouncing names and other stuff, so sorry. Woo woo. It is almost Season 3 time. Only a few more days. Got that level 100 on here, so I'm happy about that. I can't believe this is gonna be a Tall Tale building. We've seen this since, like, what, January? I can't believe it. Ahoy, soggy bottom sea dogs. Ahoy there. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the new season update? JX, I gotcha. JX. Put the new set on. Let's see. Last few days of season 2. 18 out of 10. I gotcha. I'll just leave that guy. I really like this hole. 100 out of 10. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it too. I'm hoping there's some other stuff other than just like the Tall Tales, if that makes sense. Like, I'm really excited for the Tall Tales, but I don't want it to be like this current season where all we got was the fort, and then after that fort's done, you're just like, well, whatever. JX is close enough. JX. Sorry. Yeah, we got like 8 minutes till the stream starts, so just hanging out in here for a bit, talking. In case you're curious, next week they're doing Twitch drops, so y'all can finally get the pistol that's my favorite, this ebony pistol. This one's great. I think the tankard I used too. Yeah, this tankard you can get this too, it's the Onyx one. I'm kinda sad though. This was exclusive to like a Chips Ahoy crossover thing that they did when the game first launched, and they just given it away. But I've had 3 years to use it. It's good for someone else to get it too. It'd be nice if someone was like here in game. I could just like toast a drink to them. It's okay. I got what's their name? What's up, Tina? We're gonna drink together. Start off the new season right. Yeah, I got it from Chips Ahoy. That was easy if I remember correctly. Like, the code was on the bottom of the package. So I think I remember I went into the store and I just like looked underneath when we were shopping with my family, and it's just like the code was right there. Yeah, I think it might be the capstan that's the third thing you can get this coming weekend. With Twitch drops. I am not sure if I'll be streaming it, because I've been streaming on YouTube now, so if I do, I'll let that be known in the video I make on Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad, so I didn't like take a bunch of them, but I got enough so that I got all the stuff. So I think like the bucket, and it's not like I don't use it, like I use all this stuff. This is the only things I use. This came with the pre-order, I believe. And what else? There might be more stuff. Oh, it's the wheel that's coming out this week. Yeah, I don't think I have the wheel. That's the only thing I don't have. Ooh. A lot of water in here. I'm excited to see what they announced today. So apparently Disney's gonna be talking a bit about how they were involved and other stuff, so that should be interesting. Let's see what we got in here. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have this. I don't really use this much because I don't really like it. I mean, it goes well with the rest of the set, but I can't be running the whole same thing. Got the Obsidian drum. I got that from the last Twitch drop. The banjo's cool. I've never gotten one of the 6-pack codes. I got this one I like a lot. Yeah. Oh, and the shovel. So I'm curious if they'll bring this stuff back maybe next month or the month after, if they're gonna start doing all the Onyx set stuff. I'm surprised more people aren't mad though, because that was kind of exclusive for a while. I don't really care too much. Unless they start bringing back, say, the stuff that I got with my pre-order bonus, that's the only thing I'd be mad about. Yeah. I'm curious. So I don't know how many of you watched the gameplay trailer that came out a few days ago. I was gonna make a video on it, but I didn't really see much point to it since I'm just gonna be doing this today. However, what I'm really excited for is those new sales. I'm just hopping in for a second. Hope you're having a good stream. Thanks, Just Some Basil. I recognize you. I see you on all the videos comments, so it's nice to see you again. So far in the 6 minutes, hello. Yeah, we got 4 more minutes till the Xbox stream starts, and then we'll switch over to that. We're just kind of hanging out on the outpost, so it's not just a blank screen we're waiting. I'm just kind of running around. I got the 6-pack 3 times, and or X3, I'm not sure. See, the one thing I regret not getting is the Ferryman pack. I think that was with a controller, if I'm correct. And I like the controller a lot, but I use the Elite controller, so it wasn't really a reason for me to get it. And at the time, I just don't really buy the controllers, because they're kind of expensive. Sometimes I just look at it in the game, these sunsets are great. It's the, like, just some of like the water and the sunsets are most amazing in this game. Let me hop over and look. Nothing's changed right here. Yeah. You got both, what, the controller for 80 bucks? Black Dog and Onyx X. Like. Yeah, I need to get the 6-pack. Those are always like this is interesting to see. I think someone got frustrated. This is kind of funny though. I don't know how I didn't notice that before. Yeah, the controller, that sounds about right around the price it was when it came out. I saw it come out and I was like, oh, that's a cool controller. But there's really no point for me to buy it at that time. I am really hoping that the sales that we saw in the gameplay trailer, though, I'm hoping those are not Emporium exclusive. I'm hoping we can get them from the Tall Tale. If the Captain Jack Sparrow outfit's in the Emporium, that's fine with me. Maybe in the Plunder Pass. If the stuff's in the Plunder Pass, that would actually make it pretty good. Because this season, I did not get the Plunder Pass for that reason. The only thing that was good in the Plunder Pass was that figurehead, which is why I didn't get it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and we'll go ahead and switch over to the actual live stream. Alright. Yep, I was like, where my money at when I saw it, so I had to work extra hard to get them. Yeah, I gotcha. It won't let me full screen this until it's ready. I don't think a lot of people bought it. I made a video talking about it. I wish they had it like Fortnite where you buy the Battle Pass, or in this case it'd be Plunder Pass, and you get enough coins, ancient coins through it, that you had enough to buy the next season's pass. They don't do that in Sea of Thieves. They do that in Fortnite. You actually get extra in Fortnite. You get, if you're talking about like a return on investment, it's 150% return. And in Sea of Thieves, I think they bumped it this season, and you got like 50% of your money back. So, all right, we're getting close, but I'm gonna go ahead and mute this. I just don't really like YouTube's music for this. And yeah, that I'm really hoping this season's Plunder Pass they do it really good. Because I would love to support Rare and just buy it, but they haven't really given me a reason to. Especially since if you look at what they've been doing with the Emporium, you can get all the Emporium stuff basically for free. Whether it's through Twitch drops, I think right now Prime Gaming, literally everything in Prime Gaming is just Emporium stuff. So why would I buy the Plunder Pass or just stuff in the Emporium when it's probably going to come out later on for cheaper or free? I don't know. I'm hyped too. I was really not expecting the trailer last week during the game showcase, but yeah, Sea of Thieves, they got stuff planned. I'm hoping this will be like one of the best seasons we've had. So far, right now my ranking is Season 1 and then Season 2. Season 2, I stopped playing the game for a while. That's why I haven't really made a lot of videos lately. It's just been kind of boring for me. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite creative lately. So, Season 1, I think, has been the best one so far. I think this one's going to top it for sure. Alright. 20 seconds left. We're going to go ahead and switch the camera to this, so that I can see more of the screen. Oops. Okay, so they're just replaying the trailer that we saw last week.
An ill wind blows from beyond the horizon. A new danger is coming on the tides. And the one who might stop this ruin, trapped for all forever in the sea of the damned. Now to save the pirate life, you must start by saving the life of one.
That scene's straight out of the ride. I love it.
Oh, didn't realize we had company. Captain Jack Sparrow. But I suspect you already knew that.
Because of the treasure Jack stole, a darkness followed him here. And if it's not stopped, this world will sink into shadow.
This sea holds many secrets.
Ah, a new body at last.
All I can do is show you the way.
From what I hear of this so-called Sea of Thieves, it's nothing but cursed crews. Bloodthirsty
These new
men,
enemies are going to be awesome.
a legion of dead, angry pirates. Ah, yes. And now, one Davy Jones. Sparrow! Well, I believe that now is the perfect
I really
time
want that
to
crab
use
as a pet.
these cannons.
A world without the attack our best. Is a world that refuses to face the truth. Nothing lasts forever. Destroy that!
I don't suppose, by chance, there's a second one of those?
This is gonna be so much fun. I love it.
The Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
The music for that was great too. Just all around great. I loved it. 2 more days, y'all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life Showcase. We are so excited and proud to give you a glimpse into how we brought Jack Sparrow into our world, an early look at some of those first couple of tales, as well as some behind the scenes interviews with members of the development team, just to show you how amazing it's been to work on this and how excited everyone is to have had this opportunity. And Sea of Thieves has never been in a better place. We've had over 20 million people play. We've been adding content for over 3 years. So whether you've been on that journey with us or you're new to the adventure and this is the first time you're experiencing Sea of Thieves, there's never been a better time to play it. We're just really excited. Anyway, let's get on with the show.
Alright, let's
As part
go.
of expanding our game, the boundaries of the world and the types of experiences you can have, we're bringing Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life. This features 5 tall tales that tell this epic, original story where you get to crew up with Captain Jack Sparrow and go on an adventure to save the pirate's life in the Sea of Thieves. So the idea is that Captain Jack Sparrow has stolen the greatest pirate treasure of all time, a golden key to other lands. It possesses true freedom. Jack has used this treasure to cross his precious horizon, and he's found the pirate world of Sea of Thieves.
Look at that figurehead and those sails. That looks nice.
Following in his wake is Davy Jones, and Davy Jones has also discovered this pirate world, finding that the pirate's life is somewhat different here. He has no dominion over those waves, and he doesn't control the pirate's life and their ability to return back from the land of the dead. And this threatens the pirate's life in the Sea of Thieves. And as part of this story, you get to work with Captain Jack to save the pirate's life.
Well, I believe that now is the perfect time to use these cannons.
So a big part of the story of Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life is giving players the chance to see brand new locations for the very first time, exploring the supernatural realm of the Sea of the Damned, and also the underwater world of the Sunken Kingdom. So part of these new adventures is encountering new creatures in the Sea of Thieves world. Creatures like sirens, they're all around you and engage you in new ways. Phantom pirates that have been abandoned in the Sea of the Damned. There's also ocean crawlers, crustacean-like creatures that work together as a crew. We're also introducing new mechanics, like the Trident of Dark Tides. You can wield it as part of those tall tales, but also use it to engage with content that's already there in Sea of Thieves, like taking it to a skeleton fort or engaging other ships with this new tool.
I don't suppose...
Okay, so that's the only thing they've confirmed is going to come to the main
So
game.
each tall tale brings with it a set of rewards that are themed to that tale. There's
Alright.
also Pirates of the Caribbean themed content within our Pirate Emporium. So we love the idea of players being able to cosplay as Jack Sparrow, to cosplay as the crew of the Black Pearl, to have adventures
Ooh.
and have the
Looks
prison
nice.
dock with the keys in his mouth as a pet that you can have in the world. And also being able to deck out your ship in new cosmetics that feel like they're inspired by the legend of those iconic ships from the Pirates of the Caribbean universe.
Take my
You
money.
can have the ship set that feels like it's been inspired by the legends of those ships coming to the Sea of Thieves world. We're really looking forward to how players can role play using these new ways to express themselves.
Yeah, that figurehead and sails look great. I really like the dog. I kind of want that.
So I'll never forget that first meeting that we had with Disney.
I think we waited till we were around the corner, but then we were literally like arms over each other's shoulders, like kind of like, we're going to do something special here. This is going to be amazing.
For this new Pirates of the Caribbean story, we were excited to work with Rare as they are genuine fans of this world and these characters.
And I remember standing kind of the first moment alone, looking into the mirror, and it was ever so weird, almost talking to myself of, did that just happen?
With Rare, we immediately knew we had found a team that was up to the challenge of taking what fans love about Pirates of the Caribbean from the theme park attraction and the films and building something new.
They looked at our game, they recognised the tone and the humour and the kind of the fantastical nature of it and everything, and I think they saw like a kindred spirit, I guess.
We started by just having fun, imagining the possibilities and pushing each other in new directions.
And I think one of the amazing moments has been sharing that first initial creative pitch for where we could potentially take the story with the team, and seeing that passion and how inspired that the team was, to now it's a reality.
It'd be cool if it looked like that in
It
real
was
game.
authentic to Pirates of the Caribbean while staying true to Sea of Thieves. Everything from the original design documents to the visual treatments to what fans are going to experience when they get to play this.
We got to kind of go on all the rides. We got to go on Pirates of the Caribbean twice in a row, which was just so cool for me to see some of the images from Mike's kind of creative proposal, which showed actually how not just the films were going to be a focal point of this collaboration, but also the ride.
I've been working at games at Disney for over 25 years, and I've been coming to Disneyland my entire life. I've probably been on this ride hundreds, maybe thousands of times. It's my favorite ride.
This idea that we could put this creative twist
Yes.
on these familiar locations that maybe you've seen on the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction. The idea of representing this almost director's cut of the attraction experience. You feel like you're right there in that town or in that grotto. Even the audio really trying to give you those really powerful, nostalgic, magical moments where you get these awesome callbacks.
For me as a big Disney Parks fan, this is really exciting to see.
Where are we, Captain Jack Sparrow? Speak up!
We looked at Pirates of the Caribbean as a real kind of example of the freedom of the pirate's life, the being the pirate you want to be, of humour, of a really great range of kind of characters and legendary characters as well. And when we looked at Sea of Thieves, we wanted to take a lot of that into our game.
We knew we had to find a strong narrative and clear character motivation to bring Jack Sparrow into this world. Freedom means everything to Jack, which makes the Sea of Thieves a perfect fit. But his unpredictable actions make him a great character to spark the adventure.
Jack Sparrow talks so much about the freedom of the pirate's life and the freedom to have your adventures. So the idea that he would want to be in the Sea of Thieves world and want to play his part of saving it was a really kind of powerful idea.
The first time Jack kind of interacts with the ferryman, who is a character from our world, like on the ferry of the damned, and they're kind of bantering
That looks
back
like a
and
cool
forth, and Jack
location.
and the way that he is and his character and the humour. For me, that moment, I was like, wow.
That's Captain Jack Sparrow, mate. And I think you may be overreacting just a smidge. I know the true worth of what I possess, and I intend to keep it quite safe. Now, I can see you're very busy and very grumpy, so we'll just be on our way.
The story that we've created in Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life, now it's really come from the heart. And we've really tried to tap into not only some of the feeling of the iconic set pieces that you see in the movies, but really the deeper meaning of what it means to be a pirate and what the enduring kind of appeal of pirates is.
The first moment you see kind of characters from our world, characters from their world.
This looks like a
it's
hub area.
A magic moment. And again, it just fits. Nothing we can do can undersell how cool this update is going to be.
Rare has a genuine love of the franchise and the characters, the worlds, and the stories, and they understand what makes them special. This is what has made this so amazing. They bring that authenticity to every conversation we have, and you're going to see it in the game when you get to play.
We had these core characters and assets that people already knew and loved, and our job was to visualize them into the Sea of Thieves and make them feel like they're part of our world.
Making sure it's an engaging challenge and adventure for our existing players, but also something that we hope a lot of new players and people new to Sea of Thieves are gonna come
Pendragon's
in
pretty cool.
and really
I
enjoy
like
it
him.
and want to get all the way through. My favourite bit about that is the challenge that you then put on yourself. Can we bring these really well-known characters into Sea of Thieves in a way that still feels natural,
That's gonna be
still
fun.
feels playful, and still gives players those kind of shared experience moments that we've always wanted them to feel?
I'm happy there's not cutscene and it's
Such a
like
great
actually
addition
in
having
game
Jack
at the
Sparrow,
same
because
time.
Not all players play Sea of Thieves in a big crew with other players. Some players feel more comfortable playing on a solo ship on their own, but these players, when playing A Pirate's Life, they'll have Jack Sparrow aboard the cannons whilst they're sailing the ship, which is just such a great experience.
We actually got one of the stunt doubles from one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies to come to the studio, full makeup, full costume, and get to act out some of these major moments in our story. And just that encyclopedia of knowledge that this wonderful actor had really helped bring Jack to life, right down to the mannerisms, the facial expressions, the way he says certain words and how he carries himself. Getting Jack right was absolutely key to this story. All of the characters that you see a part of this story are either our own team, I even acted out one of the scenes myself, it was a lot of fun, or it's Jack Sparrow, the stunt double, acting out some of these scenes to ensure that it really feels like that character.
If we can get him right, and if we can develop the pipeline for him, then hopefully it will go much, much easier for all the other characters.
He can fight against Davy Jones's ghost ships, as well as the siren statues. He'll tell you when your resources are on low, and you can find him around the ship where you can go and take selfies with him.
That's really cool. He's actually going to be playing with us. That's amazing.
We had to make tools that would allow the animation, the content teams, the audio team to give you that cinematic experience.
So there's a lot of different ways that we can do it, but the main thing is that we just make it constantly like exciting point here, area of interest there, so that players feel like they're making progress.
So we use contrasting colour, which goes against the palette of the rest of the environment, just to highlight key areas of interest and gently guide players. We'll dress doorways, we'll use assets as leading lines.
This one item they keep showing looks amazing.
To their objective.
And there's also kind of cheekier ways we can do it, whereby a player can drop down into an area that they then can't get out of to go back on themselves.
As with all of our Tall Tales, players have a quest book in their inventory when they start the Tall Tale, which will always give them guidance on where they should be going and what they should be doing.
I don't like the book
5
stuff.
quest books, and well, this is essentially one book where the castaway writes down the story.
And there are also checkpoints at various points along the Tall Tale. So if you do complete part of it and then for whatever reason you want to come back to it in a later session, there's a checkpoint to allow you to pick up your adventure just where you left off.
We've been able to do it in a really authentic way, paying homage to the Pirates of the Caribbean IP, what it feels like to be a Sea of Thieves player in the really physical, playful world that we've built. And also paying homage to
Look at that portal.
the Disneyland ride and park in general, which have inspired a ton of the design team and
That's straight from the ride.
wider around Rare in terms of the level design and the way you move through an
I don't like the books because it's just like I just want to kind of get to it. I don't really want to figure it out.
Sea of Thieves main world to the Sea
Look
of
at that, that's so cool.
So it gives you the ability to move from the main world to wherever you want to go.
Only that crew is inside that new world, which means that we have a lot more levers as creators to make sure that their experience is unharmed by other players, and all the kind of cinematic beats of when we want things to happen all work and play out exactly as we want them to.
So it has the possibility for us to link the Sea of Thieves world with whatever we want.
Alright, this is what I'm looking forward to.
My favorite part has been working together with the team on developing the sirens, and I absolutely love how the team brought them together because
That's
they're
cool.
elegant. They're like these shadows in the dark that come to hunt you, but then when they get in your face, they're like super creepy.
One of the things we're really proud of with the siren statues is that when you destroy them, they do this incredible destruction effect. It's like nothing you've seen in Sea of Thieves before.
That's
ever.
really cool.
So you get this huge sense of achievement when you're doing it.
It feels like the new worlds that we've put in, the Sunken Kingdom and the Sea of the Damned both, they are so cinematic. The way we approach this, we learned a lot from how movies like Pirates of the Caribbean do their framing and everything, that sort of grandiose feeling you get in the movies. We wanted to bring that to the game.
When we started developing the visual aspect of the world, we immediately started thinking of very small objects, even things like flora and the sky and the sea. What would this look like? I was quite taking a look at Spanish colonial architecture with very intricate arches. We had the terracotta tiles and brickwork and stonework, also plaster, lots of new materials that I got to explore.
We actually found creatively that we pushed our art style outside of our own boundaries.
These places look
really
so cool.
Because going forward, we found that there's things in the Sea of Thieves now that we wouldn't have envisioned before.
This world is mainly a limbo constitute of memories of pirates, of buildings, of their ships, of their adventures. It's a memory of what used to be, of what they used to be.
And the end result is this magical, beautiful world with like lots of coral and colors. but equally creepy,
Ooh.
dangerous, and almost a bit dark.
Destroy that!
I'm hoping some of those islands are made it in the main game to go to.
So when you dive down from your boat, you actually hear a rendition of Who Shall Not Be Returning, which is a song that Robin wrote in the Seabound Soul update. And it's meant to be that very alluring sound, a siren singing towards you, pulling you into the Sunken Kingdom.
I love that song
With,
so much.
Places like Pirate's Grotto and Sailor's Grave, we was staying sort of fairly faithful to Yoho, Pirate's Life, the tune. When you sort of get out into Sailor's Grave, we wanted to sort of take something just sort of a bit more sort of laid back and a bit more ambient almost with it, but still sort of keep keying off that melody.
What we actually did do is obviously listen to the films, watch the films, and try and bring Sea of Thieves into that massive Hollywood score. Ocean Callers, we went for a more woodwind style, which pluckers around every now and then.
Is that called Smuggler's Bay?
Sirens, obviously, we went for vocals. And with the Phantoms, we actually went for a little bit more synthy, a little bit more ambient, and drones, which sits really nicely underneath everything
My
else.
favorite song is Who Shall Not Be Returning, which they already talked about, so I'm excited to see that again.
This is a nickel harper, which we use quite a lot in the Sea of Thieves. You have these keys that you sort of go chromatically that you use to play the notes. Playing with a bow, you can.
That's cool. Ooh.
The character that you made that initially was just, you know, an asset name in an Excel sheet is now, when it is placed into the world and then you get the voiceover lines on it and the animation on it and the lighting is correct and the environment and music comes in and all those things, then it's very much a case of that the result is more than the sum of its parts.
I'm hoping we can use those portals for
See
other things in the
everything together,
future.
from the concept to then the models,
That's
the
cool.
environments, the VFX, the animation.
It's been an absolute fantastic experience. Really enjoyed it.
That moment when you're in the heavy dark seas and you're in the middle of a battle, you just look to the left and Jack Sparrow is standing next to you, firing at the same targets as you. The music's there, he's there, and it's like nothing I've ever played before. It really is something quite special.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for that, to fight with Jack Sparrow.
In this first tale of the Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life, you get thrust straight into the story, adventuring into the Sea of the Damned. This supernatural realm where pirate dreams and nightmares take on a physical reality. As part of adventuring in this tale, you'll see haunted grotto caves and the shipwrecked town of Sailor's Grave as you try and find Captain Jack Sparrow.
That's really cool. This island looks really fun to play around on.
Your story begins at the mysterious Castaway, this new character that's come to the Sea of Thieves world and has made camp at all the outposts. And she's the gateway to all of these stories. So the Sea of the Damned is a place where our players have been before in the guise of being aboard the Ferry of the Damned when they die before their return to the land of the living. But in this tale, they get to go into the haunted regions of the Sea of the Damned and explore new locations for themselves.
No fear have ye of evil curses, says you. Properly warned ye be, says I. Who knows when that evil curse will strike
This
the
reminds me of the ride a lot.
shoulders of this bewitched treasure. Dead men tell
That is straight from the ride.
You'll explore
Awesome.
through haunted grotto caves, hearing all these remnants of the past and these ghostly whispers, seeing all these dark deeds of pirates.
Sit closer together and keep your ruddy hands inboard. That be the best way to repel boarders. And mark well the words, mateys. Dead men
until eventually you emerge into Sailor's Grave, this shipwrecked town where damned sailors await rescue from the ferryman. And this is a fully realised location full of these shipwrecked areas where there's a tavern, there's a gambling den, lots of lore reveals, lots of secrets to find. So even though players have got the freedom to continue that story on their quest to find Jack Sparrow, there's lots of things to explore within that location, lots of little moments to discover. If you follow the trail, there's also a reveal of a very special ship. There's an awesome Easter egg to find. I won't spoil it, but I think
feel like it's a silver blade. Just a guess. I think it might be the silver blade. It might be. Oh no, you mean the ship I'm talking about? That's the Insider's one. Flameheart Jr. ship.
To reignite this huge stone lighthouse, finding a way to summon the Ferry of the Damned. And as part of that journey, you'll eventually find a way to reach Captain Jack Sparrow.
I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Though, since you came here to rescue me, you probably knew that already. And you must have heard tell of my heroic journey to acquire this, the greatest pirate treasure of all.
So we really wanted to introduce a character in Sailor's Grave, the Cursed Captain. This is a character you carry in the palm of your hand as he's talking to you, and he gives you a tour of Sailor's Grave. He can help you find some of the secrets in the town, but he also helps you on your quest to reach Captain Jack Sparrow.
I love
You've a
that.
long journey ahead, and I've yet to find me sea legs.
You can play shanties for him, you can leave him behind, you can dance in front of him, he'll comment on all of your actions. So he's essentially this quintessential pirate captain with all the kind of one-liners and all the references to kind of pirate lore. He brings that to life in Sea of Thieves for the first time.
This takes me back. Cards, dice, pitch the pistol. I don't recommend playing that last one with your loved ones.
Big surprise.
I really love that.
Story is the reveal that not only is Jack Sparrow in our world, but Davy Jones has followed him. You think you're there to release Jack Sparrow from being held captive from the Ferry of the Damned, but it's exactly what Davy Jones wants. So I won't spoil it too much, but Davy Jones shows up right at the start of our story, and you have this awesome cinematic moment with Jack as you defend the ferry.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Even from the very first pitch for Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life, that moment where you first encounter Jack Sparrow was just one of those electrifying moments where, for the first time, you're seeing this beloved, iconic character in the Sea of Thieves world. For the first time, you get to live your own Pirates of the Caribbean adventure in Sea of Thieves.
I wonder what rewards will unlock from the tall tale.
So now we're going to take a look at the second tale in the 5 tales of a pirate's life. Players are diving deep into the Sunken Kingdom in search of Jack Sparrow's compass, which was still aboard the Black Pearl when it was attacked. The compass is the key to what players will need to save the Sea of Thieves. So players will be diving deeper than they've ever been able to dive before into the Sunken Kingdom. And this is the home and the stronghold of the Sirens.
Ooh. I hope they don't reveal too much about the story, because I kind of want to have some things that are a surprise.
You'll see a Siren
I don't know if anyone
Shrine,
else
which is a smaller building,
agrees
but
with that.
also the Siren Citadel, which is guarded and home to the stronghold of the Sirens. Players will also venture inside these Siren structures, which have been built from coral and also the ruins of pirate ships. Sirens do drag these ships into the Citadel using these chains and then break them apart and use them to reinforce their structures, and also as methods of traversal, which you'll see throughout the tale as well, for the ocean crawlers that are in service to them. So they really look and feel nothing like you've seen in Sea of Thieves before.
That ship looks
Players
really
will
cool.
come across these siren statues that are harnessing the power of siren song. And by interacting with these statues and causing them to sing in different configurations, players can enact change using water in the environment. So for example, you may be able to play a rising note of song that causes a giant stone face to open and water to cascade out into the environment, raising you up and allowing you to swim to areas that you couldn't get to before.
That's pretty cool. I think that's similar. We had something like that in the Heart of Fire.
We created a sort of breadcrumb trail of debris that players can follow through the darkness and the gloom in order to get that perfect moment where you see the Black Pearl. But of course, even though you're seeing the Black Pearl, it's also a very melancholy moment because it's chained. You know, the ship of freedom and everything that that represents is chained at the bottom of the ocean floor, about to be dragged into this Siren Citadel. With Sirens, we knew we wanted to go really deep on making them feel really fluid, really intelligent, really majestic and beautiful creatures, but at the same time terrible and frightening. So one of the core things that we first set out to do in prototype was actually how they move. And we have a system behind the scenes that allows the Sirens to move in a really beautiful way through the 3D environment. There are two types of Sirens. The base Sirens, they will have a scratch attack where they can come towards you and attack you really ferociously. But at the same time, they can also back off. They will fire a note of song over to you. The Sirens and the Ocean Crawlers all have this mysterious gem in the center of their chest, and the Sirens are able to use the power of that to create a sphere around them that will damage players, but will heal themselves and any other Sirens that are nearby at the same time. And then a step up, you also have Siren Leaders. So these are easily identifiable by the fact that they carry the Trident of Dark Tides, and they will fire this Trident at you, and they'll also still come in close and attack you, but they'll do so with the Trident. And again, they're able to heal themselves, but their gem is a little bit more powerful. With the Ocean Crawlers, they're a new land-based threat. You will find them throughout the Tales, but you'll also find them whilst just adventuring on islands in Sea of Thieves. And there are three completely brand new, unique AI enemy types. So you have the Crab Ocean Crawler. So this is the really big ocean crawler.
That's Shipwreck Bay, so that's coming in the game.
Devastating claw pummel attack. You have the Electric. This ocean crawler will fire electric-based attacks at you. It will dash around lightning
That's
fast.
Kraken Falls.
Also, though,
So that's in the game,
electric
main
shield
game.
around the other ocean
Oh,
crawlers,
that's
meaning
cool.
that you need to back off, because if you get too close to an electric shielded ocean crawlers, when damage is dealt to them, the lightning will actually chain to you and anyone else nearby, and you'll take damage from that.
That's really cool.
And then we have the Hermit, who uses spores. They're always kind of pouring out of its mouth, and if you get too close, it will breathe those spores on you and poison you. But it can also burrow into the ground, and these kind of cracks will appear in the ground. When they burst out, they'll do damage to you. They can also run and charge at you in a really ferocious attack as well. The Trident of Dark Tides is a brand new weapon that players will come across as part of their adventures in a pirate's life. You can also find it scattered throughout the world of the Sea of Thieves. One of the challenges to players when they're adventuring underwater is managing their air, and we wanted to deliver a way for players to understand that and be able to get their air back so that they can adventure for longer in a way that's really intuitive. So we have these plants underwater that are really strikingly obvious. They have bubbles emanating from them. All you need to do as a player is find one of these plants if you're running out of air, go near it, and it will completely refill you.
It'd be cool if they had that in the main game. Man, these will be a good laugh when we fight them. Yeah, I think
Players will
not having skeletons anymore, or we'll just have skeletons.
Players will take part in
It's nice to have diversity in the enemy type.
Enemy in ways never seen before.
Kraken face. Yeah, we get to see the Kraken for the first time. That's gonna be great.
Bringing the world and the characters of Pirates of the Caribbean into Sea of Thieves is just crazy.
Everybody was totally pumped for this opportunity.
When Mike sat down and started taking people through, I was able to just sit back and watch people's faces, and watching their smiles light up You know, watching literally tears in some people's eyes as they kind of were taken through the story, all that sort of stuff was genuinely magical.
When I first heard about bringing Pirates of the Caribbean to Sea of Thieves, I was hit with a spark of excitement that made me feel like a kid again.
Just seeing the characters move, but then with the dialogue as well, it started to feel like this is actually really, really cool, and this is gonna be amazing.
If I could sum up the project in a single word, I would say incredible.
Proud.
Magical.
Enchanting.
Epic.
I think the project in a word for me is rare. Every time I see it and hear more of the music or see more of the game or everything, I just think of the studio, and it's incredible. It is a rare game through and through.
I'm so proud of the team. I think there's been an incredible amount of hard work and heart and soul that's gone into this project.
Incredibly beside myself that it's happening, just this combination of these two like sort of pirate passions that a lot of people have.
I'm so proud to have been able to work on part of it and to help bring it into being. I think the work we've done is incredible.
There's so many cool little references that we've managed to include, and I hope that those resonate with fans of both the ride and of the films. This has been a real labour of love bringing this project to life, and I can't wait to see players' reactions to it.
Bringing Pirates of the Caribbean to the Sea of Thieves and seeing those things treated so well, and seeing them, you know, with such authenticity, and getting to sail alongside Jack Sparrow is just like a dream come true. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to you all hearing about it. I'm looking forward to you all playing it. But to be honest, I can't wait to get my own hands on it. So I'll see you on the seas.
Thanks so much for joining us for Sea of Thieves, a Pirates Live showcase. It's genuinely been amazing to have the opportunity to show you in so much detail everything that's coming as part of this, but also just how much it means to us as a team and as a studio, and for so many members of the Rare team to be a part of this, telling this story and letting you know what's coming. It's been amazing, right?
Yeah, this has been an unbelievable journey for us. I mean, it's been such an inspiring project to work on. I can't tell you how excited I and the team are to bring this to Sea of Thieves, and you know, just the scope of content and the way it moves the Sea of Thieves world forwards. I mean, just to recap what you've heard about today, you know, the 5 tall tales that make up that narrative of Sea of Thieves, a pirate's life. Your chance to embark on this epic adventure with Jack Sparrow, encountering new creatures like sirens, ocean crawlers and phantoms, and exploring the Sea of the Damned and the underwater world of the Sunken Kingdom for the very first time. And just how inspired we've been to make it feel authentic to not only our world, but the world of Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, we can't wait for players to get their hands on this awesome piece of content, and we can't wait to see your reaction. Right?
And so this is coming free to Sea of Thieves on June the 22nd, which is not long now.
Not long at all, and this is undoubtedly the biggest, most impactful update we've ever added to Sea of Thieves.
And I think that's it from us. So, as always, we will see you on the seas. Cheers.
Alright.
Always remember this is the day your crew was joined
This is the
by
gameplay chair we got on Thursday.
Sparrow. To the Sea of Thieves. Quick as you like. Chop, chop.
It's time to bridge the worlds and take our rightful places as lords of the sea.
Now we have awoken, and we are hungry.
Ooh.
Perhaps they'll take ye on the grand tour of me fallen kingdom.
I was starting to think you'd taken a tumble. Not everyone's as steady on their feet as I am. This is the first place I've found where everyone appreciates my uniqueness. They're coming aboard!
Hey, let's go.
Claws off me!
Davy Jones wishes you destroyed, and I shall oblige him.
What is that infernal noise?
That's Captain Infernal Noise to you, mate!
Sparrow! Destroy that statue, and there'll be the double to pay!
Enough of this! Hear me, my daughter! Come more than bees!
That Kraken fight's gonna be so much
Whatever
fun.
they've told you,
I hope.
it's not true.
It looks pretty
Unless
cool.
it's flattering, in which case, it's all true, but they left out the best bits. Savvy?
So there we have it. That's it. I think that was pretty good. Not much else to say there. June 22nd, I'll be streaming it. Later that night, probably around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll be trying to get a video out on the new challenges like I do each season. Hopefully that'll come out in the morning if I can get it out before that. We'll see. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, y'all. And I'm going to go ahead and end this. So I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.